he is an insanely strong shinobi. As a child, he's about, let's say when he gets into the academy about a year later than everyone else does. He's wearing a hoodie and a mask. Wearing like a circular mask. He walks, Iruka says, "Class, we have a new student." They go, "Ooh." He walks in the class and goes, he says, "Please introduce yourselves." He says, "Hi, I'm Christian. Nice to meet you, but you can call me Kira." Kira as in killer, but he doesn't say that. Because I like Yagami. I like Death Note, so I'm gonna put his nickname is Kira. Then he goes to sit down. But he doesn't pull off his hoodie. He does, and he's got a mask on. Sasuke says, "I'm gonna uncover his face. I bet he's super ugly, so the whole class will hate him." Sasuke tries to pull off his mask, but Christian blasts him into a wall, saying, "Never try and take off my mask again." What they do know is that he has black hair. But then they realize that since he also wears a mask so he can hide himself talking. He's got Ryuk, but he can just talk to him. Ryuk doesn't fight with him. He doesn't have the Death Note. Ryuk doesn't fight. He's just a talking partner. He goes, Christian does, "What else should we do?" Then Christian pulls something from his pocket. He says, "Got something to share, Mr. Kira?" He throws an apple up into the air and he says, "Wasting food, huh?" Then something catches it and then eats it. They go, "What the?" He says, He throws up 2 more apples, and then they're all gone instantly. He goes, He also does have the QB in him, but no one really knows that. He's also part demon. So yeah. Like a literal demon. Okay, look, he's not a demon. He and he doesn't have anything else. He's a normal, insanely strong, just raw skill strong shinobi. He does have a Dragon Sage mode, but he's never gonna use it. Then Iruka says, "Alright class, time for sparring." Christian says, "Ryuk, do you mind helping?" He says, "Sure, I'll help you fight. I am really strong, but I'm not gonna try too hard." He says, "I don't mind." So Sasuke would rush at him. It's Christian versus Sasuke. Sasuke would punch him, but then he'd be blocked by an invisible force. And then he's thrown back. He says, "What the?" Christian says, "Thanks for you." He says, "You're welcome." Sasuke appears behind him for a kick, but then Ryuk blocks it again. And throws him. He says, So this kid's getting on my nerves. He's making my hand hurt. He says, "Don't you have claws? Also, can't you just easily blast him back with your own force?" He says, "Wouldn't that blow back you too?" He says, "Oh yeah, it would." Sasuke goes saying, "Ah!" Then he goes for a kick in his face, but Ryuk just blasts him back with a punch. Not even doing anything. Christian hasn't even moved a muscle. Everyone says, "How is Sasuke losing? He hasn't even moved." Iruka says, "Is he so fast that no one can see him? Or is something happening?" He goes for a Sasuke says, "Die!" He goes for a stab. Ryuk says, "Oh, he's trying to kill." Christian says, "Just blast him back. I don't care." Ryuk just punches him, knocking him out. Remember, no one can see Ryuk besides Christian. Then finally, when Sasuke's knocked out, Christian puts his fist up and then they fist bump. He goes, then he sits down. No one's gonna question what he just did, because they're afraid of that invisible force that hurt Sasuke. Let's just go into some Yota thing. The Yota thing, I don't know why. Even though it's not part of the canon timeline. So, let's just go to where they're in the Hokage office. You know, where, Yoda is tied up. Christian walks in through the vents going, Shikamaru says, "What is he doing?" The least Shinobi is about to knock him out, but then Ryu catches it, but they still can't see him. He throws one into a wall, then another one comes for a punch, and Ryu takes that one. He says, look, are you gonna do something or what? Christian says, nah, I'll let you do all the work. You'll get extra apples later. He says, yes, I'll do all the work then easily defeats them all. Then he says, 3 apples, throws them up, and Ryu says, yummy, nom, nom, nom. He says, you are a fool, but somehow strong. I don't even see how you're a demon god. No one heard what he said. Then he unties Yoda and says, let's go. I'm just gonna skip this. Let's just go to the final day of the academy. No one has still seen his face. He's still quiet and still talks to that weird thing. No one has actually ever seen him fight. He has all 5 elements and yin and yang release, but no one ever actually sees him use it. No one has actually even seen him move a muscle in a fight. Christian talks to Ryuk saying, how are you so damn skinny? He goes, well, I do only eat apples. He goes, well, that's kinda dumb. An apple a day keeps a doctor away? Yeah, right. They can't even see you. How is that even possible? He goes, I still don't understand that. He says, exactly. Iruka says, are you saying something to someone? He says, I'm talking right now. It's rude to interrupt someone's conversation. Then throws an apple up in the air and Ryu catches it saying, yummy. He says, okay, how many apples do you have? He says, they're all in a scroll. I have like 300. He says, now please, let me get back to my conversation. He goes, whatever, class, it's the final day. Christian doesn't have to take the exam. Well, actually, no, he does. When he does, he says, Christian, it's your turn. He'd teleport and instantly make it there. He says, oh! Then a clone appears right next to him. He creates 3 clones and they're all transformed as Iruka. And he's also is. He says, hi, how are ya? Then poofs. Sasuke goes to grab his mask, but Christian doesn't even move and Sasuke goes flying back. It's not even by Ryuk this time. Ryuk says, what the hell was that? You didn't even move and I didn't even move. Christian says, that wasn't that hard. All I use is telepathy. It's telekinesis. All I did was blast him back. Well, literally just my chakra pressure. Remember, no one can see chakra. It's an invisible force. It's basically like wind. You can't see wind. Then he teleports back to a seat, never actually having to move a muscle. He only takes his mask off when he's in home. So let's just go into the teams. He's on a team with Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. Christian says, great, the Edgelord. Christian says out loud, great, the Edgelord, the fangirl, and the kid who always wants to be Hokage. What an amazing team. I'm on. Sasuke says, you're more of an Edgelord than me. He says, dude, you're literally probably the weakest one here, Sasuke, so I wouldn't be talking if I were you. He goes, Sakura yells, don't talk to Sasuke-kun like that. He says, I never raised my voice in my life, so I'm not gonna raise my voice. But if you keep on getting my nerves, I am. Then Sakura walks up to him, what are you gonna do? He says. He snaps his fingers and Ryuk just tackles her, going, get on the ground, get on the ground. Then flips her over, pulls out, and then ties her arm up with rope, then ties her up to the roof. He says, now who's dumb? He says, No one knows how the hell he's doing this. No one's still found out a secret. He says, that's an apple. He goes, Christian says, you need to eat something else. Also, do you even brush your teeth? Like, your teeth have got to hurt. He says, bro, I brush them. He says, I brush them about 3 hours a day. He says, but we're at the academy. He says, I do that when you're not looking. He goes, alright, well, I mean, you do eat apples. He says, then he throws up a pie. He says, ew, pie. He says, it's apple pie, dum-dum, eat it. He goes, num-num, this is better than... He says, can you make this more often? He says, it's hard to make, buddy. I mean, it's not too hard, but, like, it takes a long time, so no. He goes, he says, whatever. So when Kakashi meets Christian says, Christian still got his thing. When Kakashi says, alright guys, go to the top. They appear on the top, and he says, alright guys, introduce yourselves. First, you, emo boy. He's talking to Sasuke. Sakura says, don't talk to Sasuke like that. She was about to say emo boy. He says, and his name is Sasuke Uchiha. He says, oh sorry, edgelord. She goes, don't talk to Sasuke like that. Christian says, I'm literally about to snap this world away if I hear that one more time. In his head he says that. He says, Ryuk, do you mind, like, I don't know what you do, just shut her up, please. He says, got it. Snaps his fingers and there's tape over her mouth. She goes, ooh, ooh. He says, that'll shut her up. Laser beam is out. Woo, woo. He goes, oh, whatever, let's get back into this. So, basically, he would just be nothing, actually. He wouldn't do anything. So, Christian says, hi, my name is Christian. You can call me Kira. I don't care. And the reason why I chose Kira, remember, because this is technically Death Note as well. He's got freaking Ryuk from Death Note, which is basically just a Shinigami demon god, aka, but he doesn't have the Death Note. Remember, for people who ever just come in and don't know. And yeah, Kira means killer in Japanese. I'm gonna guess. I just found that from a random How to Beat Death Note video, which was real life action. This show is weird. It's live action. Very, very weird. Bye. So, with his training doing really well, actually, so let's do his actual introduction. He says, hi, I'm Christian, but you can call me Kira. I like throwing apples up in the air and then they miraculously disappear. He says, like this, throws it up in the air. He says, then the apple just starts being eaten. He goes, what the? Kakashi pulls up his Sharingan but still can't see it. He goes, what the? I can't see it. Christian says, of course you can't see him. He's a freaking Shinigami. He says, watch it. I am a demon Shinigami. He goes, yeah, Ryuk, I know that. He says, just show yourself. I don't care. Snaps his fingers and says, this is Ryuk, the guy who's been blocking all of Sasuke's punches and kicks. He goes, oh yeah, I like apples and apple pie. He says, he's addicted to video games and apples. I don't know why. Oh yeah, and the reason why I chose apples is because it's literally from the show. He's addicted to apples. Christian says, you're going to be on the next My Addiction episode on Crazy Gorilla if you keep on doing this. He goes, I don't care. I love my apples. Christian says, I hate apples. They are disgusting. They get in your mouth. It's weird. Well, of course they get in your mouth. They're apples. They are weird. They taste weird. They get that weird crunchy effect from vegetables, and I hate vegetables. He says, and he dreams. He says, and he dislikes. He says, no, I don't really dislike anything. I also like playing chess. I don't know why. It takes up most of my time when I'm bored in the day. He goes, okay. He says, alright, Naruto, your turn. He goes, hi, I'm Naruto Uzumaki, blah, blah, blah. Hi, I'm Sakura Haruno. I am addicted to Sasuke. I just want to marry him. Blah, 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 blah. Person says, you know that's never going to happen, right? The more you annoy him, the less he's going to want to like you. If you act like him, maybe he'll like you. He says, oh, yeah, I forgot there's another one on our team. Christian says, oh, God, please. No! Please, no! No, not more! I swear to fuck, if they're fangirls of Sasuke, I'm snapping everyone out of this universe. He says, they're half fangirls. Christian goes, and goes, nope. Not dealing with this. Sasuke says, since you showed us your face, can you show us, since you showed us, like, that demon thing, do you mind showing us your face? He says, no, I do mind. I do not like showing you my face. I don't want to. I do not want to. Do you not get it? Zip it. I do not want it. The two arrive and he says, who the fuck are you two? You two look like female versions of Naruto and Sasuke. He goes, that's because we're their sisters. He goes, well, we already had one edgelord and a kid who wants to become Hokage. Now we have two edgelords and probably one who wants to be Hokage. Just great. She says, no one's stealing Sasuke. Sakura says, no one's stealing Sasuke from me. Christian says, Christian snaps his fingers and he says, Ryuk, do it. I'm sick of this bitch. He says, yeah, already on it. And puts tape over him and ties him on the top of the roof. He says, now you'll be staying like that, because Christian says, oh, it's so much more quiet. Thank you, Ryuk. He goes, no, I was doing that for my own good. She's annoying. He goes, exactly. They go. He says, wait. She says, wait. Alright, if you don't know their sisters' names, I'm going to call Naruto's sister Naruto and Sasuke's sister Kiyomi. Naruto says, did she just say we're not stealing Sasuke, remember? Kiyomi says, I'm pretty sure. He says, wait a minute. Sakura says, and then finally just gets the tape out of her saying, are you to the same age as us? She says, yes, we are. Yes, we are. She goes, you guys look like you're 15-year-olds. He says, now that I think of it, you guys look 20. They say, shut it, we are 13. Somehow. He says, oh yeah, this is the jutsu. Watch. They turn into actual 13-year-olds. Person says, whatever. Naruto says, why the heck do you wear a mask? He says, I have my reasons. He goes, does anyone here want to see another magic trick? They say, sure. He throws an apple up in the air and gigantifies it, and then and then someone eats it. And then for some reason it's all gone. They say, where did it go? He says, Ryuk, don't show yourself because I don't want you to. They go, so his name is Ryuk? He says, did you just assume his gender? They go, no. He says, okay, he is a boy. I don't know, he's a demon. I think he's genderless. They go, He says, whatever, can we just get into the bell test, Kakashi? He goes, yep. Yep, can we just do it? Christian says, Christian snaps his fingers and let's do it right now. So let's just get into this. So when it starts, Christian says, whenever. When it starts, Christian jump. Christian still hasn't moved a muscle. Because he teleported there. He still hasn't moved. Going, Kakashi says, are you going to go somewhere? He says, nah, I'm just going to stand here. Kakashi throws a kunai, but it's instantly caught by Ryuk. He says, are you just going to stand there? I kind of want entertainment. Christian says, if I do that, then we all know what's going to happen. He goes, just do it. Christian pulls off his hood and then rushes at Kakashi going, overpowering him so easily, saying, flying Raijin, level 2, but then rams it in Kakashi's stomach, launching him up in the sky, going, Kakashi lands on his feet in a tree, going, then he goes saying, lightning blade. Christian moves his neck to left and grabs Kakashi's arm, slams him to the ground, going, weak. Then Kakashi pulls out a Sharingan and then starts to fight serious. Christian is barely even trying, going, he says, what the hell ever. Then yeets off his mask, then snaps his fingers and then it disappears. He says, did Ryuk eat your mask? He says, nope, I just told him to hide it. So then everyone says, so that's his face. So wait, you got sent home? Please don't tell me you have COVID. Please don't tell me you have it. I don't want you to have it. You are my friend. I don't want you to have it, actually. I might have COVID. Did you take a COVID test yet? Please tell me you did. I mean, did you take a cough test? Because we're not allowed to say COVID on YouTube, I think. So, did you get a cough test? Oh, please tell me it's negative. And if it's positive, I wish you the best of luck. And I also wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck that it's not positive. We all want negative. Oh. My oh, we can too. Alright, people, I just fixed my mic issues. Let's get back. So, when he takes off his mask, Sakura, Kiyomi, Naruto just faint. They go, whoa. Sakura goes, weirdly. Alright, he says, geez, was it that bad when I took off my mask? I guess I'm that ugly. Sasuke looked at Sakura and Kiyomi and Naruto, and Sasuke says, I don't think they said that because they're ugly. He says, please don't tell me it's the other way. Please. Sakura's your H-O-E. I don't want to deal with this. Christian says, now I'm going to go fight Kakashi at full power. Then he activates a Sharingan, a 2 Tomoe Sharingan. Then disappears and says, huh? Then kicks him in the stomach. He goes, oh. Then he elbows Kakashi. Then he pulls Kakashi, saying, Ryuk, tie him up. Ryuk ties him up, and then Christian says, my bells now, boy. Then he throws him up the air, saying, my bills, I ate the bills, you ain't getting them.